Parents voluntarily giving up their kids as they get older, close to being teens or in their teen years. It is a huge problem in Virginia, specifically in our part of the Commonwealth. It's called relief of custody.
Shot. Everybody!
I put you on drink. How do you know that song?
Yeah.
That's what a real drinker.
Yeah. And knocked it out real quick.
First of all, just because I don't drink don't mean I don't know music.
Anyway, video number 2, y'all. Look, in Virginia, there are hundreds of parents that have been filing for relief of custody
They said,
of
listen,
their own
Lord,
children.
I was tired.
Yeah, I mean, so basically in Virginia, they like, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, let's go, man.
It's this Jump Podcast.
Let's go.
Parents voluntarily giving up their kids as they get older, close to being teens or in their teen years. It is a huge problem in Virginia, specifically in our part of the Commonwealth. It's called relief of custody. Hundreds have been filed in just the past 5 years. 10 News investigates what's going on and the group working to find solutions. Thought of basically giving up your kid is,
Wow.
I can't think about that.
Right. I mean, to think of a parent being faced with the decision of how do I keep my younger kids safe? How do I keep myself safe? How do I keep the child, the teenager that I love safe? And feeling like they're failing at that. What a feeling that must be, right? That they feel like they have no choice.
But that's the choice parents are faced with. There's an increase of parents filing for relief of custody. When a parent decides they're unable to take care of their child, they ask the court to relieve them of custody. Typically, the child would then go into foster care. Renee Brown is the CEO and president of DePaul Community Resources. She's part of a group the state put together to try and solve the issue.
They're usually in crisis mode. They have usually tried a lot of different things. They feel like they have no choice. Usually, there's a safety issue. They are either afraid of their child, afraid of the choices their child is making.
It's happening in families with limited resources to upper middle class families who have a lot of resources and insurance, and nothing seems to be working. People don't realize how big of a problem this is, especially here.
In the western part of the state, we have about 20% of the population, but we have probably close to 50% of the relief of custodies.
Eric Reynolds is the director of the Office of Children's Ombudsman, who's also looking for solutions.
What parent would want to be relieved of custody of their own kid? It's highly unusual, but when you look at the situations, when it's grandma, when it's an adoptive family that doesn't have the history of that child, when the foreign adoptions, when they don't have the medical or trauma history of that child, and all of a sudden, things start happening. So you can understand the predicament they're in.
I don't agree.
You know?
No.
Well, I'm gonna let you kick it off, and then I'm gonna follow up right behind you.
Yeah.
Why don't you agree?
I don't agree because my thing is okay, me. I have 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
Children are going to change. They're going to go through different life, different phases in life. So as a parent, I am supposed to have less income. Also, at the same time, you're giving them to foster parents. So basically, you're taking them from one problem to somewhere else. So how is that going to fix it if they're going to another household? So I think we had brought this up once before, because I remember, especially here in Philly, we used to have, or Pennsylvania, we used to have like those military schools. That might help.
Nah, we don't have that anymore.
I know. We said that they don't help. We don't have that no more. But I think just giving them away from one family to another, that's not helping. That's not resolving the issue. It's just going from one parent to another parent.
You're dumping.
And then it's just going to get worse. Right.
Onto, for example, a mother or father may be dumping their problem onto their parents.
Right.
So tell me, your old ass,
Your old ass mama.
Yeah, your old ass mama got to take care of a goddamn 14-year-old because, you know what? Because you failed as a parent.
Yeah, but then sometimes, okay, we don't want to say fail because not everybody has those maternal instincts. And then sometimes you have some people that don't want to listen and they don't want to accept help. You have to. Like, if you don't have, a lot of times people say, "Oh, I don't have the support." No, you don't want to accept the support. That's the difference.
Yeah, you hit around the number. You know, well, three things I want to bring up real quick before I pass it to CJ over here. From what I see, because I am in the human services field, my day job, and the thing that I see, a lot of parents need to stop being friends with their children. I am a firm believer that you need to pat your foot on their neck. Damn. When they're young.
Yep.
No, I mean, CJ, he's going to drop one of our disclosures in a minute.
We could.
but you know, what I mean, you don't need to be their friend. Mm-hmm. You need to raise your children. You know, what I mean, two, parenting doesn't come with an instruction manual. You know, what I mean, you're going to be learning by the seat of your pants. You're going to make mistakes, so embrace those mistakes. Just learn off those mistakes. Yep. 3, stop being a black woman. It's like,
oh, shut up.
I'm only kidding. But when it comes to fostering a child, man, really, and I tell people, man, listen, all you really know is you taking another person's problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, every parent should work with a child. Don't just send your child to a therapist for mental health. You need to go with your child.
Yep.
You need family counseling.
Yeah, at that point.
Not just individual counseling.
Yeah, at that age, you don't have no choice but to, because I guess depending on the age, because once the child turns, 14, they can go in with the therapist on their own.
Yeah.
The parent's not even allowed to go in.
Yeah, but
that time.
But raising children is really about just, and I don't want to put like just screwing with their mind, but yes, but you are. Because if you nip that defiance in the bud early, you will not have an issue later on when they get older.
That is the key.
You know what I mean? Because mentally they will be, I don't want to say they will fear for you, but they will have so much respect for you.
Yeah,
like, you know what?
And it's not to be that it's going to be perfect. You're still going to have some issues. You're still going to have some things, because like literally, like me, my
they're going to challenge you.
I taught my kids a certain way, but even now that they're older, we still have like some mishaps. We do. I'm not going to even sit here in front and make it seem like our lifestyle is perfect, because it's not. But at the end of the day, they know better.
Exactly. I mean, don't get it twisted, because I'll be choking G up. I'll be like, come here, you little shicey ass 9-year-old.
You just said you in the human services.
Oh, let me pass it to CJ. Yeah, I need disclosure before you start, broski.
Might have to edit that, but
go ahead.
I mean, for me,
what you say? What's your normal lines, CJ, about the community guidelines?
No, that was within the guidelines. That was
within the guidelines.
Yeah, we can smooth that one over. The other ones, there's no way of changing them around. But for me, I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. At the end of the day, I do understand that, put in the effort for your kids, but there's just some people, when you at your wit's end, what do you do? And I'll say that for the people who have multiple children. If you have a kid, and I'm gonna just be totally honest, if you have a kid that's an asshole and don't care about you as a parent and don't care about the rest of your household, when do I get the break? For example, I know somebody whose kid was a very terrible kid, and she was on public housing, and he was 16, and he purposely put oodles and noodles in a bowl in the microwave and put it on 20 minutes because he knew it was going to burn the house down. She lost a housing voucher.
What?
Damn.
And so it's like, okay, now I'm homeless because of you. And so it's like, I would never give up on my kids. But it's like, at what point does the humanity come in?
Yeah.
Some of these kids are really just, they don't care. And it's like, I have 3 children. God forbid if one of my kids I'm not sacrificing my life for you. If you want to go out and do this or that, then listen, I got to let you go. I'm going to pray for you every day, but I'm not sacrificing my life and the lives of my other children because you want to be an asshole. And I'm just supposed to say, I'm the parent. I'm going to ride with you till the wheels fall. I'm not. I look in this camera and tell y'all right now, I'm not that parent. I'm not that human. I'm a human at the end of the day. And as a kid, you should have at least some type of respect. When I was wilding out as a teenager and I wasn't doing that much, my mom said to me, the one time she said to me, "Oh, you think you grown? Get the F out." was the one and only time she cursed at me in my life, and it changed my. Oh, wait a minute. I got so much respect for her that now she cursing at me. Something ain't right. It clicked in my brain. Like, all right, now I'm doing too much because now she cursing at me. And so it's like some of these children just don't care. And me personally, I'm not risking everything I got, my money, my time. I know parents I didn't know parents that have lost jobs. Now I done lost my job. I done lost my money. This my livelihood because you just don't care. At some point, it's like you gotta prove a point. And I think that a lot of parents, and this might hurt a lot of people's feelings. I'm not trying to. A lot of parents are enablers. They see the behavior and, I'm going to help them, I'm going to work. At some point, when they going to take accountability? Right. At some point, you got to put the onus back on them. Not at 5, not at 10. But these kids, 14 years old, you ain't supposed to be out at 3 in the morning. Why you hitting that old man in the head with a cone in North Philly? Right. Them kids, they knew that was wrong. Right. That man died. That wasn't something you was supposed to do. But we supposed to just keep riding for these. Oh, they did. No. Some of these kids know what they doing. Me personally, I'm not throwing my life away and the rest of my kids' life away because you want to be on some dumb stuff.
All right, so CJ, I got a question for you. I'm gonna be your devil's advocate. So let's just say, but let's just say it's not an issue of disrespect. So at some point, when you start to see these behaviors with this child, when do you start to correct it or try to help the child? Because sometimes it's about attention. Sometimes it's about something that's going wrong within the child. And maybe you as a parent have to help them figure it out.
And I'm stepping in the moment I see it. Again, all 3 of my kids are different. My oldest son, I got to handle him with delicate gloves. He don't like to be hollered at, and he would never have been able to grow up in the household I grew up in. My mom was rah 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 rah. He will shut down on you, and you can't work with him. I know that I have to take different steps and different approaches to be able to get his trust. Whereas my middle son, my youngest son, I can be a little bit more rougher than him. So it's just about taking time and understanding the kid. And like the video said, like I can understand if I'm a grandpa, right? And I ain't raised this kid because my son or my daughter been raising him. And now I get him at 6 and this little unstable creature is going ham. Wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this.
Not only at 6, but you talk about a teenager.
I didn't sign up for this. So it's like, hold up. I feel like I've done everything I can do. I gotta try a new thing. So if it's giving the kid up, I don't think that's a cop out in every situation, but especially if you didn't raise the kid. If you got the kid at a certain time and they already kind of used to certain things and you can't shift them or redirect them, I would never do that. But I understand as a person, like, this is too much. Yeah. Like, I'm stressed out.
Yeah. And I mean, and there's a lot of things that could happen. It could be drugs involved. Yeah. It could be disease, sickness.
A lot of variables.
Yeah, a lot of variables. Yeah. So, I mean, but, we don't know. But, I don't know what's going on in Virginia. But I know in Philadelphia, where we at, we don't have that many placements or that many foster cares providers that are willing to take in children.
Yeah, I think
especially if you're a teenager. I
think we're in the top 5 or maybe top 3 from the last thing I saw. That our city, we're in the top 5 of homeless teenagers. Like, we have an overabundance of teenagers who are homeless for different reasons. Again, mental health, parents pass away, don't have no family. Some of them, unruly, and the family's just like, I can't take them because they don't listen. So we have that's a major problem here in this city.
Yeah, for real. So let's go to the first comment. First comment is from C. C says, I work with kids who don't live with their parents, and I understand why. It really isn't always the adults. Some kids are just too much.
Yeah. Like, it's just like,
you said it.
Yeah,
if you can't,
it was just saying.
If I would tried everything, we done tried the therapy, the gentle parenting, the attention of giving them the attention and giving them their own individualized attention. And I've tried everything. What else am I left with? Yeah. Do I just keep getting beat up? And now my health, my mental health is taking a toll.
Yep.
My house is taking a toll. Yeah. I can't sleep at night. Got to worry about my other kid. Like, it started to become too much.
Because now, you got some of these kids, they just got to learn their lesson the hard way.
Yep. Yeah. And then the first thing they say is, My mom and dad ain't do nothing
Right.
for me. Man, shut
your
the
ass up.
fuck. Your mom and daddy did everything for
Right.
you. But you still act a fool.
Right.
Second comment is from Tip Rogers. So Tip says, I almost had to do this when you don't feel safe in your own home.
That's crazy.
It's a different type of feeling.
I think
crazy.
about you see on the news these kids 14, 15, and one little boy, he was 16, he killed a famous rapper or whatever. They said they went to his house, he had multiple guns in the house.
What?
His mom got arrested, and it's just like,
But see, that's part of the parents' problem too, because how is that even possible?
but even still, even if she's out of pocket. But I mean, like, even still, imagine if you the parent that you think you up on top of it and you just don't know, and then you come to find out your son got 4 guns in the crib. You're like, oh no, I don't feel safe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, this is my thing. My kids know, growing up, living in my house, you won't have no privacy. Give me the phone. I'm coming in your room. Oh, I'm not asking. I'm just doing it. There is no privacy.
Search warrant.
If I go to log into my online account with Pico, Philadelphia Gas Works, or whatever mortgage company I have, and I don't see your debit card numbers up there, you don't have any privacy here.
No.
If I can't click the button and it
Right.
comes out of your account, yeah, we don't do privacy. We don't know what that is.
Look, my kids used to be so mad. They was like, Mom, how come you get to have a lock on your bedroom door? Because this is my house.
Yeah, he's talking about, they're talking about parent police. Open up.
You don't get no lock on your door. I walk in when I feel like it.
Again, you want privacy? Here's what this is called, a rental application. You can fill it out. We can take you as many places.
You don't pay no bills here.
You don't got nope.
I mean, I pay bills here.
My dad used to always say to me, your opinion will always be valued here, but this is not a democracy. You do not have a vote nor a choice.
Right. I know that's right.
All right, go on. Listen to that last comment. So the last comment is from BTY Pep. It says, I was one of those children. My parents did the best they could until they had no other choice. I love them both. And as an adult, understand the choices they had to make.
See?
Man, give it a BT, man. I appreciate
He
you.
figured it out.
Yeah, I appreciate
I
it.
figure it out. What they say, hard head,
Make it soft. Yep.
soft ass.
Yep.
Yeah, especially when you go to jail, it gets real soft in there.
Yes, it does.
What did he?
Like a ditty. Hey,
Let me find out you want to go visit Diddy.
Whoa.
You talk about him a whole lot. You miss him?
I mean,
Whoa.
we partied a lot. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
You was at the freak offs? Revelation.
Oh gosh!
Oh.
Hey.
That's why you got all them
I'm like,
stalkers.
wait a minute, is that Rihanna? Hey, girl.
That's why Los got all them stalkers. He was at the freak Nick and the freak offs.